Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for a weekly update of what I sold on eBay for the week of July 30th through August 5th, 2018.
13 things sold this week, so let's get through it. This is almost an average week for me. International Silco stainless spoon. These are the ones served in restaurants, and honestly, if I saw this now, I probably wouldn't pick it up. And you can't even really see. It just says Silco stainless on it. Sold for full price, $4.99 with free shipping. I probably didn't even pay $1, but I put $1 that because I just buy them at estate sales. $3.56 for eBay, PayPal, and shipping fees for a total profit of 43 cents. And it took 2.5 years. So yeah, obviously I'm in the business of charity this week. Christopher Blue stretch crop pants. These are women's size 8. There's the label, sold for $24.99. I collected $29.37, so they paid shipping. This came out of a bag that was on its way to Goodwill from my local consignment store. I pay them $10, and I usually retrieve about 10 items out of those bags before I donate them. $7.57 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $20.08, and it took 3 months to sell. This is Lauren Vidal Capsule T4 Women's Size 10 pants. These are career pants. They were really, I think they're high-end, nice side zipper. Anyway, someone else had asked me about them, and they weren't her size. I measured them, remeasured them, or measured them a different way for her. Anyway, that they just sold for $24.99. I collected $28.65. Also out of the consignment store bag, so $1 is what I paid for these. $7.57 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $20.07, and they took 3 months to sell. Science books. Now, I have no idea why this sold for 99 cents. I don't ever have anything for 99 cents in my store. But here it is, and then they paid shipping, which was the exact shipping. So 99 cents. $6.71 I collected. I didn't pay anything for these. My son enjoyed them, and I lotted them up. $6.82 in shipping and fees for a loss of 11 cents, and it took 2.5 years. So there we go again. Charity. I'm doing charity on eBay. Rainbow Fairy chapter books. These I got out of my daughter's closet as well. Oh, good. I have 2 of the same photo in there. $14.99 is what they sold for. $18.67 is what I collected. They didn't cost me anything. $6.23 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $12.44, and they took a week to sell. If I can lot up those kids' books, I sure will. Fanny pack. This I picked up just the other day at Goodwill. Just a large vintage fanny pack. Deluxe fanny pack from LL Bean. And the inside, and I showed it, was kind of peeling, but it sold, in hours, I think. Yep. For $24.99. They paid shipping, so $29.09 is what I collected. I spent $2.99 for this at Goodwill, $7.91 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $18.19, and it took 6 hours to sell. This was the big winner of the week, and it was also a really big pain to ship, but it's out of here. I don't know if it's, I looked this morning, it hadn't been delivered yet, so I'm fingers crossed it got there safe. I wrote this side up. CRTs are really touchy to ship. You have to ship them so that they stay upright. So lots of styrofoam, lots of putting it into the box, lots of arrows on the outside in Spanish and English so that it would stay upright, and cute smiley faces on the top to please be careful. We'll see. $2.99 is what it sold. $299.99, so $300. I collected $335.51. I spent $550 on this at an auction, thinking I was going to turn it into a fish tank because it was so cool, but then it worked. So part of me is like, well, you're in the business of recycling, not taking apart something that works fine. So I sold it. And it was actually, now it's worth more. When I bought it 2 years ago, so here's another one of those $300 bricks that I've been tripping over for a couple years, trying to decide what to do with it. In that time, it has become quite a bit more valuable. And I think because I had the FireWire cord and the mouse and the keyboard and everything matched, I think it came with the mouse and the keyboard, and I just got the FireWire cord for 50 cents at a thrift store or something. And so I just added that in. But anyway, it sold. And I'm grateful because that was my big winner of the week. $51.92 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $277.59, and it took 1.5 months to sell. I did have quite a few watchers on that. This is a little tropical bag, just a beach bag. It didn't have any kind of label or name or anything. Someone offered me $12, so I took it. $22.29 is what I collected. I spent $1. This came in the consignment store bag. $12.97 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.32, and it took 4 months to sell. Patagonia pants that I fully intended on keeping myself, but these didn't fit right for some reason. I don't know what was up with them, but they were not there. I usually buy the men's nylon pants, so I don't know. The women's just didn't seem to fit me right. So I sold them for $19.99. $24.93 is what I collected. I spent $10 on these, and like I said, it was because I thought I was going to keep them, but I don't know, that the front didn't seem to fit right. $6.96 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $7.97, and it took 4 months to sell. Liberty Blues, I have sold these before, and they came back, and now I have resold them for $34.99. $41.84 for shipping and fees $41.84 is what I collected. I spent $1 on these at a thrift store. $11.99 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $28.85, and it took 2 months to sell from the time that I relisted it. iClicker 2. I just bought this the other day. I see these often. I live near a university, so these come up from time to time. They don't make a lot of profit, but they sure sell fast. So $22 is what I was asking. I collected $24.92. I spent $1 on this at the thrift store. $6.09 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $17.83, and it took 3 days to sell. Like I said, it's not bad profit, don't get me wrong, but it's such a quick flip, and it's so obvious to me. Vohan California Mid-Century Towel Swan. It's a towel holder. I didn't know that until I started looking at it. Here is a label. If you're into that sort of thing, made in Capistrano Beach, California. This is definitely mid-century, and it's sold for $9.99. These aren't worth very much. There's lots of them on there. Not a lot this color, but anyway, I collected $18.25. I spent $1 on this at a garage sale. $10.53 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $6.72, and it took 1.5 months to sell. Last thing was Restoration Hardware. This my children played with a lot. We definitely got our money's worth, actually. My brother-in-law gave it to him for Christmas one year, but I thought it would sell a lot faster because it had a good product rating, and it's Restoration Hardware, which is kind of a cool brand, and I don't know. I don't know why it didn't sell. I think I had it a little bit too high for too long, so I lowered the price to $29.99, and it sold. $52.79 is what I collected. I didn't spend anything on this because this was a present, and my children just love this to death. So, $30.17 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $22.62, and it took 2.5 years to sell. So, looking at my numbers, $524.89 is what everything sold for. $639.01 for shipping and fees. I spent $25.99, most of that being those $10 pants that didn't work out for me and the Mac, but that seems very small. Return on investment was phenomenal for that. $171.02 for shipping and fees for a total profit of the week, $442. Amazon merch is not doing well. It's so saturated, and I have one niche that is solidly selling 1 to 2 shirts a week now. It used to sell a lot more. None of my new stuff is selling, really. Some of the pop socket stuff is selling, and I did sell one pop socket, but man, I cannot count on that at all anymore. $10.74 is what I made on Amazon for a total profit $452.74 for the week.
So that makes up for some of the other weeks that I've had lately that weren't so great, and everything averages out. So that's why I say when I have a bad week, I don't really worry about it too much. It's better to look at the whole picture than dwell on one day or 1 week, and see if you're up from last year, which I was. But I do want to talk a little bit about the charity giving that I did this week for my eBay customers. Obviously, the 99 cents, I repriced some stuff and I must have just forgot to put some sort of, dollar amount in front of the 99 cents. And so I sold something for nothing. Actually, I lost money. I usually am selling stuff so high it doesn't really matter, but if you are into selling stuff really cheap or clearancing stuff, make sure that you're making some money. So the way to figure that out, I use Final Fee Calc, which I have referenced before, and I will link in this as well. But I just want to remind you, and I'll also link the article about what the seller fees are right now in 2018, during the summer of 2018, and they do count the item plus the shipping in that category. So if you are listing electronics, it's a different percentage than it is if you're listing clothing. And they'll count the shipping. They don't count shipping separately, like all shipping's 9%. They count it whatever category that item's sold in. So it's important to pay attention to what category it is and how much you're paying in fees. I will try to do just a quick video because I've had some questions lately about how I get how I figure out my fees and what everything is costing. It is labor intensive, and it is a lot easier just to wait until the end of the month and get a download from eBay so that you can close out your books once a month. But I found that I am lazy and I need a routine. And so that's when I started doing YouTube, and that's when I started doing my books every week. And it's been so much easier for me at tax time. But I will show you how I get those numbers. But eBay will give them to you at the end of the month, and it would take you seconds. And I know a lot of people use GoDaddy. I tried it for a month, their free trial. It seemed like a lot of work for me to upload everything and connect everything. And I'm such a small business. I do such a small amount. I think if it were a larger and I was just doing cost of goods and, in and out and comparing those two numbers, but I really I'm way too anal retentive to do that. And so I like to know exactly how much I'm making. And that's just the kind of business person I am. Everyone has their threshold, and I'm sure the government, they don't even use pennies anymore, so everything is rounded up or down, and you can totally use that as a way to do your accounting. But that's just what I do. So I'll make a link to that eBay seller information, how much fees are, and then I'll link also the final calculation. I also ran 10 auctions this week, and none of them sold. So my auctions are not doing well, but I'm also trying to get rid of my old inventory. And as you can see, usually I sell, on average, year round, I sell 14 items a week. And this week I sold 13. And one of them was a $300 computer, granted, and it was the most expensive thing in my store. I think I might still have a rug that is worth more, but for the most part, that was one of the most expensive things that I had in there. So it really does take a couple high dollar items, and it just boosts your sales so much higher. So try to hopefully, you can find a couple of those $100 items, even if you spend up. If you can make $100 profit, you can see it's totally worth it. So with that, I'd like to wish you guys a happy week, end of the summer. I know a lot of kids are starting to go back to school, and we'll all have a little bit more time to work on our business. Those of you who are moms or dads that are staying at home and working on eBay, the end is near, and we will all be free in a couple of weeks. For us, it doesn't start till the 27th, but my kids are starting to go back and do sports and working, so I have a little bit more time to focus on my business. I hope you guys have a good week. Thanks for watching. If you like it, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I know I'm really bad about comments right now. I should just do the likes. It's starting for me to get a little bit overwhelming, but maybe I'll have a little bit more time to focus on that. So anyway, thanks for your patience. We'll see you next week.